Two North American teams, two North American organizations, complexity in their hometown city. One of these guys is going home.
We're kicking it all off here on Anubis. EG starting on the less favored CT side. Complexity get a T-sided start. They're going to be setting up outside of B completely here.
Yeah, straight up execute. Nothing else going around. No looking for any pushes. This is going to be a nice hit. Two players over in dark. Just realizing what's coming now, but not even trying to escape. They're going to fight from the narrow choke point. Automatic's going to be smoked off.
Good smoke up at the temple. Leaves Nealon somewhat isolated in this fight. Refresh trying to help him. It is Nealon to get one, and he'll stand tall until Floppy decides to chase him down through dark. And that's 3 kills for Complexity and the bomb site taken. Yeah,
tough call for Automatic coming through the smoke over at Temple as well. He's just trying to get involved in the action while his teammates are fighting. Good cover provided from Grim's P250. It's Wiz to see what he can do. Oh, Grim's just been tapped down. Very low HP, but not dying. And that's a nice shot from Floppy, and that's the end of the pistol round. Complexity's up 1-0.
Well, we have had a lot of negative headlines about EG for a long time, and I think yesterday it was quite a positive sign how close they were able to play FaZe on Mirage, an overtime loss. You heard Vorborg talking about, you know, some of the negatives, maybe some of the rounds he was very frustrated with yesterday, and how they could have even got that win versus FaZe. I was impressed. I think they exceeded the expectations yesterday against FaZe in that opening game.
Sure. Yeah.
And the end of the positive road ends here.
Yeah, look, I'm firmly in the Maui camp right now. Time to start having expectations. We've been giving these guys a little bit of a. I mean, well, we haven't really, but I mean, no, we've kind of stepped back from being super hypercritical. But at some point, this has all got to come together and click. So, I mean, Close just doesn't cut it at a certain point, and Close doesn't cut it for a struggling North American region that might even be the weakest region we have in all of Counter-Strike. And yeah, there's at some point, this has to turn a corner.
Yeah, we do have a slight tech issue here for Fang, but when we focus in this game, I think Maniac and Maui put it perfectly on the desk. You can't really afford to lose this game if you're EG. You're going up against Complexity, who are bringing in a stand-in. Not only is it just a stand-in, it's someone that's been out of the game for over a year, right? So we're looking at Complexity getting the pistol start here. I almost feel like Complexity can win this series, Jason, and that's the scary thing when you look at this.
I think Complexity should win the series even with a stand-in, to be honest with you. I mean, you say it's a series that you can't lose if you're EG. It's same for Complexity at the moment, and the future of this roster that's put together and where that's going to go. So, I mean, a lot of interesting questions, and I think losing this one, if you're Complexity, that's a real come-to-Jesus moment.
And it's not like this is a one-and-done time for Complexity, right? With this team, they're going to have to go out to Washington after this as well on the North American Counter-Strike Tour. And you would hate to see them go out on day 2 here in Dallas. Didn't have a good run last time around either. And when you're Complexity,
get some extra boot camp time. Facility's like half an hour away.
They never really get to use the facility. So they're always in Europe, always flying around. So enjoy your time here in Dallas.
Fang's having audio issues. You can see him shaking his head.
Hopefully get that one resolved as quickly
How was
as
your, what did you have at Texas Barbecue the other night? You had some brisket, I know that.
Yeah, half-pound brisket, did a little mac and cheese, root beer.
My man, root beer, that's a good shout.
And a sausage.
And a sausage.
Yeah. Well, the other game going on right now contains the North American side. That is Team Liquid up 3-0 versus Greyhound over on Inferno. That's on the B stream.
Yeah.
And Team Liquid, it would be great to see them pick up a victory today. I want to see them have a great run with Nitro at the end.
Yeah, that's what everyone's kind of, I think, deep down hoping for is one last trophy, one last deep run into the playoffs. Give Nitro one final chance to be in front of the American crowd. Get some cheers, get a tribute. Well, sound issues have been fixed. Freeze time's coming to an end, as you can see. We're going to disappear the B stream inside of the CT spawn. And here we go, round number 2. It is a buyout from Evil Geniuses. Scout in the hands of Wiz. Bunch of 5.7s out there in the wild. And a Deagle on Automatic. Oh, they're getting real aggressive.
Ooh, Automatic getting into the mix. Lovely shot, and that's the bomb found at the back of the pack. And they begin to attack. Fly. Oh, here we go, Breezy. Just flying around the corner. They're able to chase him down, and the AK gets a second. Good recovery here for Complexity. Looked like there was a chance there for EG to cause some problems, but they pull it back.
That was actually a really nice follow-up flash for Automatic to be able to turn the corner. Not as effective as he would have liked, but a cool idea. 2-0 for Complexity, and now Evil Geniuses, no investment here. Just USPs and a P2K on Breeze. Excuse me, he actually goes for the Deagle.
It's actually the top performer yesterday versus FaZe for EG. Got to see him get back to some form if they're going to do anything.
Yeah, it's good to see, and I think that's been like maybe the one talking point and one criticism that we've kind of consistently leveled on towards EG is where's Breeze? Like his drop off was so sudden. You think back to where he was like pre-online era, 2019, even at the start of the online era in 2020, like this drop-off has been really, really harsh.
Well, the wind was picking up in Texas yesterday, so hopefully it continues into today with the breeze, and Floppy's going to charge forward with the MAC-10. Refresh gone. JT comes in. A lot of money picked up, and at least something. Automatic once again gets one with the deagle. That is it. A 3-0 start on the T side of Anubis here for Complexity.
All right, let's see what we've got on the gun rounds. M4 is being picked up for the CT side. Still that MAC-10 in play on Floppy. Can go for an entry roll, create some space with it. We know the Flopster likes to get a little crazy.
He does like to do that. When it gets Floppy, there's no stoppy. And here we go, round 4. Might get a little bit sloppy as we head into this round. Complexity have had a lot of B-centric focus in the first 2 rounds of play, but now into the mid-control. The deep molly towards automatic, the nade stack in return from EG. The Complexity dodged that, and they're sending one of their own in. There we go, nades going through, and very underwhelming, Jason. I was kind of hoping for more impact there.
Yeah, I wonder if we just caught the camera change when Wiz had just after the nades had blown up, because he did not take nearly enough damage. That was a triple nade, and he's only down to 70 HP, so cool idea from Complexity. It doesn't pan out with any kind of significant impact in this round. Now we're going to transition to what looks like a B-split. JT and Floppy moving through canals, lurking in the water towards dark. Nealon and Refresh on the defense. Automatics back in Temple.
Refresh not peeking yet. He's just waiting. Waiting for Complexity to come into dark. You've got Nealon alongside of him, and here comes the utility out. Now the swing, and Refresh manages one. Actually, Nealon gets both. I thought Refresh had picked that one up, but Nealon overperforms from dark. But he is now under a lot of pressure because they're pushing him from the other side of B, and they've cut through that initial defense. So Nealon is just going to get swung, and Grim confidently walks in alone and comes out with the kill.
Yeah, they don't even necessarily need to do that. They have Molotovs. They could burn out dark and just gotten the bomb planted with that kind of safety, but a nice find for Grim makes this a tough retake. No kits on Breeze or Wiz, and they're going to be held off by utility for the moment. This has got to be fast once the flames subside. And actually, they're just calling it off entirely, wanting to save the M4s. So 4th round for Complexity.
And Grim, what a start. 7-0 right now. Floppy 6-1. You know, Grim has really been the talking point for this Complexity side over recent months. A good start to the year, some positive talking points for them, and during those, Grim was definitely the focal point. Was desperately trying to hold on to this M4. Under a lot of pressure from Grim and Fine chasing him down. There's a 19 HP, and Grim doesn't stop. Another great headshot. Sonic shouldn't get around the corner in time here. He will actually die to Breeze. So at least something saved for EG, but it's a 4-0 start in this T side from Complexity.
Yeah, and it's been pretty simple as well, right? It's split on the B bomb side on the pistol, split on the B bomb side in the first gun round as well. Just handled business in rounds 2 and 3, so things looking all gravy for Complexity. Round 5, and it's that single M4 brought forward some upgraded pistols around it.
I'm interested to see how EG approach the CT side. I think we've seen some of the tier 2 teams over the major have really cool CT sides on Anubis. I think the tier 2 teams or non-partner teams rather.
Okay, going with that terminology.
Yeah, probably have better CT sides than the tier 1 teams on Anubis right now. It's been pretty cool to watch. So interesting.
We saw things kind of like even out, I feel, on Anubis during the Paris major. Oh, nice shot from Automatic. Oh, a follow-up. That's pretty. But Fang's got him blind. However, the bomb's down. They need to commit.
Couple of kills again for Automatic with that, and his teammates are around the corner, so Complexity just trying to pump the brakes for a second, compose themselves, use the utility, and try to get in together. Fine nearly gets eclipsed by his teammate, and in fact, it is a little bit of a fumble. Breeze gets 2 as he takes Sonic and Fine out of the equation, leaving JT in the clutch. He has got the AK in hand, but Breeze with the rifle and kneeling with health. This isn't going to be too easy for JT. He has to still get that bomb back. Begins to wrap around the pillar at the fountain. No one from EG giving a chance. No one showing a pixel. And JT would love to draw this into 1v1 fights. Good discipline right now from the EG players, not giving him those opportunities, and it's going to be Breeze from the back of the cake to swing out with the kill.
Yeah, it wasn't necessarily that first fight. It was finding the second player, finding that peek from the second guy, so you knew exactly how to play the situation. Nice hold from EG, good stop from Automatic, and Breeze sliding in at the perfect moment. These two shots are wonderful. As Grim comes around the corner as well, but then Breeze steps up to the plate, mows down a few, and EG pull off a bit of a miracle off that deagle. Yeah, timeout taken.
That's great stuff from Automatic. I think his only kills so far have been on the deagle, so when he finds some great impact like that on that A entry, EG needed to capitalize on the chance.
Still a decent amount of money for Complexity. Fang was all the way up at like 8K, so they got some cash. JT and Sonic are low, but they still have money to drop in the next round if it'll lose this. Now, the loser of this game is eliminated. The winner of this game goes on to play the loser of Astralis versus Cloud9, which takes place later today. So, gets a little sketchy.
It does get tough.
Is what I'm getting at.
On the path through Dallas here. Yeah, did have a couple of teams already locked themselves in for those playoffs yesterday.
Sure. G2, Heroic.
All the teams you would expect. Well, Complexity back towards B, where you pointed out earlier, Jason, they did find a lot more success on these B splits. They're going to go for it again. 2 through Dark and 3 through B main. And they're just going to execute straight in on here. There's 2 players in the defense. It's Nealon and Refresh here on the site. And here they come. Sonic through the fire. Nealon not looking the right way. And that's a good work from Complexity to commit at the same time and crunch on them. And this is putting Refresh under a lot of pressure. They're going to clear him out, limit his position. Does well to at least get one, but the trades are great for Complexity. And now they're into the site. Bomb will go down. Floppy's continuing the kills. And EG can't go for this one. Wiz needs to back away.
Yeah, these hits are just so basic, but they're working so well. I mean, that's a great play from Sonic, going through the Molotov, catching Nealon, putting a lot of pressure on the defense. But this is, what, between the piss around and the 2 executes that we've seen, this back-to-back like split through Dark and main, it's Automatic coming in and support who's having no success whatsoever. He's been picked off each and every time he's tried to rotate through Temple and come out and be involved in the action.
Feels like the B setup right now, it's too easy for Complexity to find 1v1 fights, it feels like. You know, Nealon's in the open and Dark, didn't have his teammate supporting him. Refresh is then left in a position where he has to fight alone.
Yeah, I mean, partially, I mean, a good play from Sonic, right? You probably don't expect, you're not going to encounter someone running full-blown through a Molotov, but Sonic don't care.
He's here to have a good time. Here to run it back.
Molotov was a little bit late, to be fair. Still burned quite a bit. But yeah, I mean, look, this bomb site, I think a lot of players have talked about how difficult this bomb site can be, and we've seen a lot of the top teams struggle holding onto the B bomb site as well, and a lot of variety of different defenses that sometimes aren't effective, but certainly here it's being abused in the first 6-7 rounds of play by Complexity.
Well, let's see how they approach it. They're bringing Wiz's AWP over here towards B, and it's a bit of a change-up. They get deep in towards the canal, go for a dark push, and allow Wiz to watch towards B main, but he misses that first chance, and that was a great chance to find the opener.
Yeah, but bringing more forces over. Refresh is going to be right along the wall. Complexity not spread around the map at all. This feels like it's always going to be a hit through B main. And the question is, can EG keep their nerve? Wiz is just rotating off. Oh, this might be the worst moment. There's a pick from Sonic, burning to extinguish the Molotov. And Wiz still has not come back. It's all on Refresh against everyone.
No, same position taken as the last round, and this time doesn't even get the 1 kill. Automatic dies in middle, and it's just too easy for Complexity. There's no fight coming back from EG. These players aren't hitting.
No, they're getting worked.
Good work from Complexity. Again, I guess they're just going to keep going B, Jason. There's been no change-up for EG to believe that this is going to go any differently.
Yeah, they're now going to be stuck in that situation, Complexity, where it's like, okay, do we just keep doing this? Or like, do we call a switch up and catch them off guard? We know eventually they'll have to bring some resources over. Do we try and get ahead of it? But I mean, certainly they're in the driver's seat of what's happening on the map.
Well, even then, EG did try a different run at the start of the round, right? They had the double push through Dark. They had Wiz watching B-main with no smoke. Just didn't go well. He didn't hit the shot.
Hits that one.
He does, but not really all that important, and he's just trying to hold on to it. He's under a lot of pressure here, and he's whiffing quite a few with him. Deagle pulled, and Grim takes the AWP away at the final second. Oh, this is rough for EG.
Yeah, that is painful. 6-1, and no money to work with for EG. You could force up 3 M4s if you wanted to get crazy, but I think they'll descend more into a half buy. And yeah, nothing is going well for EG at the moment. These B hits, baby, they're hurting. And it's not like Complexity's doing anything crazy on the map. It's not like they're doing a whole lot of like mid control, force some rotations, force the defense to make a decision. These are just kind of march up and execute.
Ooh, a little bit of a change here for EG. They pushed through B main, and Grim's actually being dinked, so doesn't really want to stick around and continue to fight. And with that nade, he actually sends them back into B. But Grim's not going to get that info, so they still have to assume that they are still outside of B main here. Complexity leap into dark, taking damage to the smoke, but JT, he'll take the damage if he can get some of that map control, and he does. So the Complexity have done pretty well to react to losing B main control.
Well, I mean, because of the fact that, well, I mean, EG also even cleared out B main, right, with that peak, and now they've shifted 4 players over to the A bomb site. So quite a risk to considering how much emphasis has been on the B bomb site, but it's the right stack for the moment because Complexity's realigning directly towards it.
And Nealon is getting that info that they're not continuing to push through dark. He went back in and claimed that info so they can hold this setup inside of the A site. Complexity, this is the second time they'll be attacking this A site, and it looks like this could be the second loss. It's the best chance for EG to win this. With 30 seconds left, Floppy's going to send that molly out to clear out Automatic off of the platform, and he goes right into the fight. It's just one from Automatic. All of the kills coming in until Breeze with a deagle starts to twist and turn. It's a single kill for him, and Floppy will reply, leaving Nealon in a 1 versus 3. There was a chance there for EG, but it's not going to happen for them. Complexity find the essential kills.
No, that's got to be crushing if you're EG. 4 players there at the point of attack. You had the right read. You did everything correct to get the stack in the right bomb site, and it still goes the other direction. Complexity handling everything. Timeout taken from EG's defense to talk things over. They'll get back into the buys. Yeah, 2 clean entries from Sonic and Floppy. Breeze, a little bit of a confusing position, but handled at the end of the day. All right, so this is, see now this is what the problem is with talking about, you know, EG impressing, getting close to beating FaZe, having a nice game, is you show up the next day and
7-1 down.
Yeah, and you just forget about that match entirely.
There's still a chance to recover this whole half. And
sure.
A CT side Anubis, it can be difficult. You can go down. We've seen it many, many times before. So just have to see something from EG. They haven't been able to really get going with the kills at this point. You know, Automatics had a deagle round here and there, but it's kind of it. So Wiz, once again, bringing that AWP over to try and open up towards B.
I'll say, though, having that information about B main and having that deep peak is what kind of netted them the success and the advantage in the previous round. I wouldn't be surprised if they go back to it. That's a nice hold in middle from Automatic, but he's traded immediately afterwards. Now refresh and Wiz peek B main and see it completely clear, which allows Wiz and Nealon to back off the bomb site. However, Breeze needs to hold on as long as possible.
Refresh is on the quick flank. He's around the back, really quick about this. JT's going to hear it. He's ready. And the AWP, Refresh, if he held for a second longer, if he just was a little bit quieter on that flank, maybe he gets maybe 1 or 2 from that. But because he's sprinting, JT turns back and a lovely shot with the AWP.
Yeah, stomping like an elephant.
Oh, that's rough.
A rhinoceros?
Yeah, rhinoceros.
I almost called it a rhinocerosaurus.
Yeah, that would be the dinosaur version, the predecessor. Rhinoceroses are pretty cool. Say that 5 times fast.
Rhinoceroses are pretty cool.
Rhinoceroses. Rhinoceroses. 45 seconds here, and EG.
No one's at the B bomb site. If they drop down canals and go dark, it might actually be a little bit sketchy with Nealon and B main. He'll have a fast flank, and if they're not aware of the possibility, it could be an issue.
Nealon is coming back.
Oh,
he smoked out. And poor Nealon. Had a chance, no longer really has much of a chance. As EG are completely fizzling out here. It's going to be a Wiz, at least connected on the shot. Sonic swings into the open. Maybe if they start to accelerate back into this retake, there's a chance to get this going again. But got to find another kill quickly.
Yeah, now Nealon, this position is really strong. Floppy's out in the open. Complexity can't find any kind of safety or comfort in the post plant. Good trade, and it's all on JT.
Well, he's down in dark, and that's a lovely shot. Now Nealon, he has to know where he's coming from, and JT has health, and he had the angle. He just misses the shot and running back to the defuse as quickly as possible.
He doesn't have a kit.
Nealon does not have the kit, and therefore does not have the round. Another one's just falling by the wayside for EG.
Oh, that's crazy. Everything's going wrong. No kit at the end of the day. absolutely heartbreaking in a round that you put yourself in a good position, a winning position, 8-1.
Well, we've had a bit of an outage here, Jason. I'm sure what we're seeing is
the audio's working. The power's gone out to the degree that we have no monitors, so we actually can't see what's happening on the screen, just so you all know.
Finally, this is what I've been asking for every EG game.
Yeah. This is like the show match from Paris. Try and cast around when you can't see anything.
This is it. This is the experience. Monitors off. I heard an op shot.
Plenty of op shots, actually. They sound good. They sound like they're on point.
Or maybe not. Maybe Wiz is hitting a lot of shots.
I think he missed the first one and got the second one is what that sounded like.
All right. Sounds pretty cool.
No-scope? Yeah, 2 no-scopes. Nice.
Tripping and tripping. Bitter Yeah. Look in my eyes, you seeing victory. We ain't taking L's, death to our enemies. You see the drip on me, you cannot get with me, you cannot stop me. Sit back and watch me, straight to the top. When we drop, you better join us. Boy, we hot, money in the bank, yo, we ain't playing. You should've listened when we said we staying. We ain't going nowhere, we ain't got no fear. Sit back and take notes, cause homie, we get hit. Let's get ready for the rumble. All y'all welcome to the jungle. Hold up, y'all really trying to come at me? Bring it on. Enemies all around, ready for war now. Standing on this ground. She ain't mine, but she looks fine. Gonna take some time, gonna make her mine, gonna make her mine. I'm the man, I got the plan. When it hits the fan, do all I can, do all I can. When she lets her hair down, she drives me wild, and she looks in my eyes. Hell yeah! I don't care, it's a double dare. I ain't scared, you best beware, you best beware. It's alright, she's in my side. I got all night, so just sit tight, so just sit tight. When she lets her hair down, she drives me wild, and she looks in my eyes. She's in the groove now. Gonna make her mine. I've got to move now. Hell It's a beautiful day at the beach. I was losing my mind for about.
If anything happens, thanks, Ali. We're just having a conversation really quick. We got things figured out. We're ready to go. We're back in the action as well.
Yeah, the tech issues resolved. We're in a different part of the studio. It's cool. We got to leave our little hole, our little hut for casting. Jason, we're on an adventure as we head back into this game. 9-1. Looks like we missed one of the best highlights of Sonic's career, but I'm sure it was beautiful.
Yeah, we heard word. There was some nice little no scopes.
We heard shots as well.
I told you those off shots sounded like they were hit.
You know your stuff, Jason. Based on the sounds, you could tell that was something special.
They sounded good, baby. 9-1. Complexity still just marching forward, making this look easy. JT had a chance on a jump, but Automatic's gonna open things up in mid.
Yeah, absolutely is. Automatic with the rifle this time, getting it done. That's Fang out early. Complexity down a player to kick things off here. A lot of damage done as well in Complexity. A few players very low, in particular Sonic and Grim here. Complexity slow it down in the early portions of this game. They were finding a lot of success towards this B site. A little bit more spread out this time, and the bomb's actually positioned towards A.
This is actually the first time that Complexity's been forced to play like a slower style, especially with the man disadvantage. This is the best start that EG's had in quite some time. It's equalized on the other side of the map. It's JT, but he's the only one here. This is just fake presence because the attack's going to come towards A eventually, and Wiz, oh, don't get pulled forward. Nice kill. Nice trade from Floppy.
Yeah, 3 versus 3 established, 50 seconds left. Bomb needs to get away. It's solo towards A, and the mid-play's coming through. Lovely shot from Grim. Automatic caught by it. Now JT leaping off the bridge as all 3 of them congregate towards Dark, and they're going to be running down into this B site, and Refresh, he hears them, has to ready and steady himself for this attack on in, and oh, misses the first chance. JT's so quick, so accurate, and Refresh doesn't get anything done. That's going to be a 10th round for Complexity. They hit double figures on this T side.
Yeah, this is beautiful. Even when you kind of go towards A, even when you get that trade in A main, you open up middle, and then it's just wheel yourself back to the B bomb site, and once again, defense not prepared to make a stop. It was Refresh in a 1v3. Now it's Breeze. And as you mentioned, 10th round is certainly on the cards. No kit, even if he gets these kills. There's one down in front of him, but he's not even going to get close to considering it. Huge lead now for Complexity.
This is so great from Complexity. Obviously, we know T side and Anubis is the more favorite side, but this is getting a little ridiculous now at this point. There's been no competition really from EG posted up, and Refresh has had a lot of nightmarish rounds in that B defense. The B side has just been a big problem for them this entire half.
Yeah, this doesn't feel like T side Anubis. This feels like
Complexity wrecking them individually.
I was going to say EGC T side, but yeah.
Yeah, well, I'll take
whichever way you want to put it, whichever way you want to, whatever angle you want to take.
The truth. And they're going to be setting up outside of B. Well, 4 here for Complexity. Once again, looking for success to entry in on this site. Refresh plays up towards the jail, and Neelan's going to be jump spotting. He's taking that initial attention away, throws the smoke on out. Will Complexity respect that smoke? We'll have to see as they run right through, right into Refresh's D-goals. The body shots do come in, and eventually the kill's locked in, but JT gets a double. Another good round from JT, and that's Complexity through into the B site. The A flank was set up very early into the round. Good 1-for-1 from Wiz, but that information is now gathered for Complexity in this post-plan setup. Automatic has to get something done, and he won't. JT, good game here from him.
Yeah, this is nothing. Complexity just breaking down this bomb site yet again. Plant's going to come in. And yeah, 10-round lead now on the cards.
It's going to continue to get worse for EG here. I mean, we come into today, I think we have to touch back on what the devs were saying. They were setting up the narrative. They were saying that EG can't really afford to lose today against a team like Complexity with a stand-in. But to lose in this way, Jason, that's even worse. You know, you're getting absolutely dumpstered by them at the moment.
Yeah, it's hard because, I don't even really know what to say about it at the moment. It's kind of a must-win game for both teams. Neither team can afford to take a loss against the opposition here, but it certainly doesn't seem like EG is putting up a fight at all at the moment. You'd have to be an eternal optimist to be an EG at the moment.
To be any EG?
Yeah, like you have to have like the craziest positive angle on everything because there's nothing really to talk about yet in this game, and we're 12 rounds deep.
I mean, it has just been very rough, especially that B side. There's no denying Refresh has had a really quiet time here. Wiz has missed a lot of important opening shots. He gets a second chance here, but once you miss and you're caught in no man's land, you're going to get overrun. You don't slow it down, and Sonic with his AWP has been making it work.
It's like they have like the right idea in a way, right? Like they have 3 players converging towards middle. You got the Opera that goes down first, 1 player from ACON, 1 player from BCON, but it's not in any kind of like well-timed. That was ugly. Sprayed that automatic wishes he could have back. Like the idea was there. It's just like the fact that it's all 1 by 1 and all peaking at different moments, nobody fighting together is the real heartbreaking thing about this.
No, Neelan, he's had a couple of moments in the first early rounds of this game, but here in this 1 versus 3, he will be stopped by Grim, who I guess we could talk about the positive for him. He's been really good in this game so far, very confident. And there was a time in Grim's career where he didn't look so confident back in the. I'm so glad that this year he's been able to find some of that form again. And I was talking to him about that and sort of like figuring out how to get to the tier 1 level and sort of the changes he had to go through. And it is about just finding your comfortability and your confidence. And this year, hopefully, will be good for him for that.
Yeah, it started off well. It's had some good matches in the Complexity jersey, obviously. The problem with Complexity is, regardless of how good some individual performances have been from time to time in isolated matches, you haven't yet had that deep run in the playoffs that is really the capstone to it. disappointing majors, failing at major qualifiers, getting knocked out early at tournaments.
And then when you see a chance in North America, in your home city, you have to play with a stand-in, you can't bring your AWPer, it's not worked out so well for them. And it hasn't worked out well here for Nealon.
Sonic's playing solid though, right? He's not just like dead weight.
Yeah, that's true. He's had a big round 2 earlier on, and it's not an easy player to fill in for in terms of picking up the AWP mantle from Holzerk.
Bang.
Yeah, good trade again for Sonic. Just not enough done here. EG start to flank. The A flank comes in through the canal. And Sonic's going to go back and clean up on Wiz. Automatic round out of ammo. Just about gets the reload in, but it doesn't matter. Grim overwhelms him anyway. And that's a 13th round now for Complexity.
Yeah, this is super chill. They're just strolling into what's looking like it's going to be a 14-1 half.
I think this is going so well, too, you don't see some of maybe the weaknesses that Sonic would have had on a new map like Anubis, right? He's been out of the game before that even came into the pool, right? So I was starting to worry, if we come into this game, it is close. Will Sonic be comfortable? But he seems really comfortable right now when it's going so well.
It seems like he's kept up a little bit, right?
Yeah, definitely.
He's certainly probably been playing some Face It.
I think he went home to do some family stuff, and he got roped into playing for a South African team.
Okay.
He told himself, no Counter-Strike. I'm going to live normal life. And then they roped him into it.
You never leave Counter-Strike. It always pulls you back in.
There's no way. And Automatic learned that.
Yeah, certainly did. A lot of people learned that.
Gravitational pull.
Second timeout for EG. They've got 1 round left in the first half to put another on the board. And maybe, I guess, try and recover. Yeah, let's not even go there. I got nothing. I don't even want to have that conversation yet.
Get a second round, Jason.
Yeah,
that's kind of the end of the sentence. And point. Complexity looking for 14. Could have been a flawless half. Dropped the ball in just in 1. And that was against Deagles over towards that A site. So other than that, it's been perfect from Complexity. Refresh coming out through the dark. And there is an elimination match happening over on the B stream. That's Liquid versus Greyhound. And Greyhound have actually just headed into the lead. It's 10-9 for the Aussies.
Yeah, a little bit of a closer affair on the B stream. Brought to you by our boys Anders and Henry. Here around 15, and Complexity being pretty chill. Nice pop flash, gets some information. Grim fires off some shots. Refresh just holding a counter nade. As soon as he sees utility stream over the wall, he'll drop that smoke in the choke point to try and make this hit a little uncomfortable, but nothing they've done has had that success.
And the flash is right on in. This is Refresh's moment. The whole half's been building for this. A full magazine emptied out, and Complexity just boosting up. Here comes some counter utility from the CT side to try and force them away from this, but they haven't broken through yet.
They have enough utility for a re-exec, and no extra player has been shifted over from the A bomb site, so there is Floppy going for a little bit of a lurk. The bomb is still undecided. Wiz finds the opening kill, and finally the defense at B holds on.
How long can it hold for? 25 seconds. The A site is the priority here for Complexity. The bomb's making its way over there. There'll be information gathered eventually, but the only player over there, which is Breeze, he does well. He gets one pick over towards this A side of the map and will eventually be overrun by JT, so the bomb can actually go down. And once they realize it's a 1 versus 3, the best chance for EG to double their round score at the end of this.
Yeah, JT has to get aggressive somewhere. It's going to be back in towards A main. If he can find this kill on the flank quickly. Nealon holding the angle. Nice dink, but superficial damage through the corner of the wall. JT now swings back for his first.
Well, it is just 1, and that is a second round for EG in this half. There's no easy way to put it. Complexity looking very solid, and EG haven't really turned up to this North American derby. We're going to go to a break. When we come back, the second half gets underway.
TG's joining me from the Complexity side. They've got the domestic matchup on the way, but Sonic obviously coming in. The core of you guys know what's been happening with the team and bringing them in, but in terms of the time you've had and what you've been able to do, how difficult has this been for you?
Yeah, it's been very difficult actually. We haven't had a lot of time to practice. I mean, we've tried to make the most of the time that we have. Just getting him back into the swing of things. I mean, it's been a while since he's actually played internationally. He spent some time playing locally in South Africa, helping one of the teams there. But I mean, it's just a completely different level, like jumping straight back into tier 1 here. So we've tried to catch him up on all of the maps as well as we can. But it's been very limiting because he's also at university in Canada. So like while we're practicing as well, he's like, shit, I got to do it. I've got an assignment that's due at midnight. So then he's quickly jumping in, doing an assignment. So yeah, man, it's been difficult, but we've made the most of the time that we've had with him, yeah.
Fair play to him for doing it, but can I ask why Sonic? Was it just like the only option you had so last minute? Because like obviously uni is quite important.
Yeah. So we didn't really have a lot of people that were willing to potentially stand in, because obviously if Holzig did get his visa, we were still going to use Holzig, right? I mean, of course.
Yeah, you need to.
Exactly. So a lot of the people that we spoke to that were available weren't willing to like sign up or to be a stand-in for us. Potentially, they wanted to be like, hey, we want. Yeah, exactly. So, fortunately, we were very fortunate that Sonic is available and that he's around the corner in Canada, right? So, yeah.
Now, you did touch on it already when you're talking about Sonic, getting him ready on all these different maps in here. Right now, going into this Vito and going into this game against EG, we don't know what they're playing, really. You've got a few maps with kind of good idea on. So, how are you handling this?
Kind of just trying to focus on our strengths as well, like just the maps that are strong for us and the maps that we've spent the most time on in practice, just trying to get those through in the Vito as well. So that's kind of what we're going for here. I mean, yeah, it's actually like, usually we would say like a best of 3 favors of us because we have a nice deep map pool, but now coming in with a stand and it's like the best of 3.
How many maps is he ready on?
Don't want to give it away. No, I think all of them, exactly. We even play Mirage now.
Well, it seems like you guys are ready. I hope you can get the job done. We'll have to wait and see how it goes, TC. It's a hard task to do, but if anyone can do it, it's you guys. Thank you very much, man.
Thank you. Cheers.
EG versus Complexity continues here in Dallas, and one team has shown up to this affair, Jason. EG haven't, and I'll put it that way. So we got to hear a little bit there from TC around the reasoning for picking Sonic up coming into this from James Max. It was good to hear. I think Sonic is actually played pretty well in this first half.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, Complexity just dominated everything. So I mean, everyone played well. Like that's all. They didn't really have a lot of resistance to like really make you get a glimpse at what Sonic can actually provide. But certainly, when you hear the story of him being at uni and kind of having to get out of practice quick as possible so he can turn in an assignment. Yeah, admirable effort coming in from Sonic. Fang's gonna open things up with 1. He's got some backup. Wiz trades him off. Floppy's already coming in. Oh, it's Grim with 2 though. Grim with 2 in A main, and that makes this so uncomfortable for Refresh. He has no idea where to look. He's going to go down in pistol round for Complexity.
Yep, just steamrolling towards the finish line at this point. Anubis will be sent away. And, EG, over the recent months, we've seen them even at Europe playing in some of these Tier 2 tournaments. They went to Anubis. They played it at times. It's so weird to see them not show up at all here, but love to see that from Cole. And with that pistol, that should pass the death sentence towards them.
That was a nice spicy
double. It was
double
really nice, yeah.
That was good.
It's good to see Complexity when they're winning. Everyone seems super happy. That's good. Now this round's going to be the same. Good start from Floppy.
Yeah, nice and easy. 5 on 4. There's nothing really brought into this round. Just a flashbang remains for EG. And I guess, what, you go through the smoke, you just say, screw it, let's see what happens.
Do it. Live on the edge a little bit. Live a little. Go through the smoke, right into Grim. Oh, yeah, that's what you love to see. Grim comes through. And that's 4 kills locked in from Mr. Grim.
Grim fantasy pickers absolutely elated after that round.
Yes, absolutely. Locking Grim in. Fantasy land. 15 map point here on Anubis. Other game over on the B stream looking pretty good too. So if you're interested in following Liquid's path through Dallas, you can head over to the B stream. And this one is the sort of the last hurrah. Evil geniuses bring it by to the table. AK's out. And Complexity, the only gun round we'll see most likely on their CT side, and they're making it interesting. They're making it fun as they swing out B with 3 players. Neil gets the first, Sonic able to trade, and they are running down Wiz. That's the bomb, and that should end up being a pole position for the round win and a closer of this map.
Yeah, having to come back and pick this up against all this kind of utility, this should slow down because EG, like, there's just no chance if you're challenging around this smoke. So chill for a little bit, let everything clear out, and then figure out where you go from there. Overpass is going to be the next map of competition here.
Competition will hopefully be the operative word.
Yeah, that's a good point. It will be the next map of
in this game.
Yeah, in this series. Sonic's got another one that's automatic going down in mid. He's looking actually sharp for not really playing a whole lot recently.
Breeze, just one. Executed back by Floppy. And just Refresh, who's had a nightmare of a game, and I'm sure he wants that overpass to come through as quickly as possible, get this break, get that mental reset coming into the second map of play, because he did not have a good time on that CT half. He'll attempt. It's been known to have some great clutches against North Americans. Well, not this time. Fine closes. What a victory for Complexity. They come out versus EG. They've got their first map under their belt, and it is looking damn good.
Yeah, don't really have a whole lot to add. Just domination from start to finish, just abusing the B bomb site and never looking back. Complexity with a massive win. Overpass is up next, and we'll be heading there right after the break.